Welcome back for another tutorial from Silicon Beats. Today we're going to look at how to create a customized synth rack in Ableton. So we'll start with an instrument track, load it up with effects processors, and set up the macro controls so tweaking things is super easy. Now here's a look at a synth rack I created, just to give you an idea. So you can see all my effects processors on the right. I've got some saturation, EQ, chorus, etc. And I've routed their key parameters to my macro controls. So I've got some drive, some high and low pass EQ filters, and then control over the dry-wet mix of my delay, reverb, chorus, and phaser. So what this synth rack allows me to do is quickly drop in the instrument of my choice and have access to these macro controls so I can tweak my sound. Now I will have to take these processors and drop them onto my massive chain. But you see they're here now, and they will have an effect on my synth. So again, it just makes it very easy to tweak sounds. Now this destroy is a little redux that I threw in there just in case you want to get some extra grit out of your synths. But in this case I had to turn the drive down some. Now to get started, you'll need to pull up a blank instrument track and then start dropping in the effects that you like or the effects that you tend to use most often. So I'll pull in some chorus, drop in an EQ, and I seem to use a saturator a lot on synths. Once you have your processors loaded into your rack, then it just becomes about knowing what you want to route to your macro controls. So if we expand our macros and then we go into map mode, you'll see certain things have a green hue over them, and these are parameters that are able to be mapped to your controls. So since we're creating a synth rack, I'll take the drive from my saturator and map it to macro 1 so we can dirty up our sound if we want. Now for our EQ, we'll create high and low pass filters. So for band 1, I'll map the frequency cutoff to macro 2. For band 4, I'll map the frequency cutoff to macro 3. Now if we exit out of map mode and scroll over to our EQ, we'll set band 1 to a high pass, and then we'll set band 4 to a low pass. So now we can control these cutoffs from our macros. It makes it real easy just to kind of tweak sounds. Now let's jump back into map mode, and then we'll route the dry wet mix from our chorus to macro 4. So that will allow us to thicken up our sound just a bit. And that's pretty much how it's done. Now by all means you could exit out of map mode and save your rack so you can access it at a later date. But you've got the general idea. So this has been an inside look at how to create a customized synth rack in Ableton. We hope you found this tutorial helpful, and be sure to stop by and visit us at siliconbeats.com.